Welcome to Leaders Connect 360 Foundation, episode LC0219. Leaders Connect 360 Foundation is a non-profit organization aligned with the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals, SDG. Our mission is to invite 1,000 plus leaders and create a million leaders. Every Wednesday, we come together from 6:30 p.m. to 7:15 p.m. IST on Zoom Live to gain insights from top management, leaders, and last week of the month from the authors. And once every quarter, we take it offline in different cities to network, support, and grow together. Because at Leaders Connect 360, we strongly believe that leaders create more leaders. Before we kickstart the episode, a quick reminder, please keep your videos on for an engaging experience. First time visitors, check out the WhatsApp, Facebook, and LinkedIn links in the chat box to stay connected and grow with us. This episode is being recorded for our community archives. Let's set the energy high. If you are excited and ready for an impactful session, do drop a thumbs up or a smiley in the chat. Fantastic. Before we go, let me introduce our guest speaker, author, Miss Vani Pradeep, life transformation coach and author. Let me also introduce Dr. Aishwarya, corporate trainer, 360-degree leadership assessment, who will be interacting with our guest alongside our panel discussion leader, Mr. Bharat Ravichandran, empowering leadership facilitator, founder, marketing leaders tribe as our panel discussion leader. Aishwarya, over to you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Kavin, for your wonderful curtain raising. On behalf of our Vijay Trainings, the Mass Leadership and Leaders Connect, I invite Mr. Arul to formally invite our panel discussion leader and our guest of the day today. Thank you so much, Arul.
Just a second. Yes, I'm doing it now.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Arul, for your wonderful video. Mr. Bharat, the session is over to you.
Hi, good evening. Thank you, Aishwarya and Kavin, for the great introduction. And thank you, ma'am. I'm very much excited to be a panel discussion leader and to interact with you because these days having inner peace is a much more challenge for each and everyone here. So, in a hectic and world like this, and it is much more interesting to know that your poem has been honored by World Poem Canada International, and it is also exhibited in the World Peaceathon. So great to interact with you, ma'am. So if you're okay, we can go ahead with the first question.
Yes, good evening to one and all present here. Thank you, Miss Aishwarya and Mr. Arul, for this very energetic, and I was looking forward for this episode today. And I can see a high energy flow with Miss Aishwarya and Mr. Arul also. They were very enthusiastic, and I know they are, contributing a lot in multiple ways by having scheduled discussions online. And Leaders Connect is a very beautiful name, in fact. And, having leaders and professionals from various walks of life, from different areas and arenas of professions is really wonderful. It was like really refreshing for me. And taking your time out to contribute to such an episode is really wonderful. First of all, my appreciations and heartfelt wishes to both of you and Mr. Bharat too. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much. So
Thank
actually,
you
they
so
are
much,
the
ma'am.
backbone.
All team
Actually,
support. Thank you so much, Ms. Vani.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you. We have to thank for accepting our invite, ma'am. Thank you.
Yes,
Thank you so much.
it's a pleasure for me too. Thank you. Welcome.
Great, ma'am. So to start off with, from our childhood, each and everyone have our parents as an inspiration. But growing forward, we choose someone as an inspiration and we take them as idol for our growth. So to know about you, who inspired you to expand your portal from being a HR person to becoming a world famous peace poet and author of a fast-selling life transformation book, Soul Feeder 2.1? It will be great to hear it from you.
Yes, thank you for that wonderful question. So I did my MBA in HR and marketing from MOP Vaishnav College. I'm also a graduate from LIBA. I've done my PG diploma in international business. I actually wanted to get into the line of business. I was very interested in HR and all of that. So I was working with Cognizant for about 8 years of time. But then, I always had this liking and yearning to write a lot of poems. Of course, I didn't find much time when I was in the corporate world, but I used to write bits and bits here and there whenever I used to find a little bit of time. So not exactly completely involved. No, you will have to have this soul satisfying kind of feeling, and that feel good, complete 100% feel good factor. Yes, of course, when we work full time for a corporate, then our work and our style of working, our dedication, our tasks, and our work, everything is scheduled according to the timelines of the corporate. But nothing to have our own deadlines and, have our own priorities to be put into the list of, to be put into the bucket list to talk in the professional terms. So, I was actually wanting to come out of the corporate because of my son who was going to play school. I felt, as a mother, as a parent, I should spend more time with him during his development, and I think that cost me a big change in life. So when I came out of the corporate, I found a huge difference. There was a vacuum kind of. There was a lot of time for me and very less for me to do. So then I slowly started writing poetry online. Actually, my first poem named Mother. I'm very, very attached to my mother, and my mother is my first role model because she is from the education department. She's a retired principal of Lady Wellington College in Chennai. So she is my first inspiration. She's very, very particular about English. The olden day English. So they are very specific about the punctuation marks, the sentence framing, and all of that. So I come from that generation. So seeing her involvement in English, and she used to, whenever she found time, she used to help me learn Shakespearean poems. Yes, of course, my English teacher in school was very dedicated, 100%, I should say 500% dedicated. She used to take pains to explain one sentence of Shakespearean language, Shakespearean style of English. at least 3 to 4 times. So that's where I come from. So when I wanted to do something like that, I'm very ardent fan of Shakespeare, William Shakespeare, William Wordsworth, Shelley, and Keats, all of these 4 people. And they are like stalwarts in the English language and in the industry, I should say. So when I wanted to do something like that, taking a break from my career was a very huge change for me. It was very difficult for me to accept it in the first place because I was doing too little for the huge amount of time I had, apart from taking care of my kid, because kid is going to go off for school. So what do I do during the time when he is not around? So I slowly started working upon poetry. Then I step into something called life transformation. So I am a part of one of the life transformation courses and classes, a community in Chennai. So I am inspired by that teacher as well. So when I started expanding my portals to writing full-time poetry, that's the first time I discovered and inquired and then got to know more about e-book publication on Amazon. So my friend was apparently working there. So she helped me to publish a first ebook on a collection of poems. I made it quite different. So I had about 33 poems written by me. And then there were about 40 and odd quotes. I love quotes as well. So I was trying to write quotes. I mean, quotes are like, I should say, the shortest form of poetry kind of thing. Something which is very clear, very crisp, and you inform people about what you think should be done in life without wasting your time. So those kind of quotes I had written. So this combination worked out very well. But of course, I didn't take it to a traditional publisher, or I didn't venture to market it outside in the outside world market. So I just circulated it within my cousins, my relatives, my close friends, my family friends. So all of them bought the book, they read it, they gave me very good reviews. So when I started hearing stories about life transformation, stories about great people, sports people, so I slowly got involved in that line, and I thought I should be an example to people. So don't be an excuse, be an example is one of my quotes, which I usually tell people, professionals and students. Don't be an excuse, be an example. So I start writing my book since my master told me so. He said, like, you are just writing poems, but you have the ability and a lot of command over the English language to write a full-fledged book. But I was dazed, like 250 pages, 300 pages, a complete book. It's going to be a very huge work. But I slowly started writing, and to my surprise, I had a flow of thought. I had flow of language. So I was able to complete writing the entire book in 6 months. Then I give it for review, and I actually was in communication with the few of the publishers in Chennai. Then I come into knowing about Emerald Publications. They're into the field for the last 2 decades. I mean, sorry, for the last 2 generations. So the person who's taking care of it now, the CEO, Mr. Olivanan Gopalakrishnan, is the second generation entrepreneur. So he sees my book and then he just says, if you want to improvise it a bit, you can do so. Then I improvise it and I give it back. And we were heading towards the pandemic time in 2019. So I again found a plethora of time. So I didn't want to waste it. What thought I had is to improvise and improve the English language in the content, so that it will also aid people to learn new words, new ways of writing sentences. So I worked and reworked on the whole thing. I took about 1.5 years, not only to rewrite the content, but after rewriting it, I have distributed few portions of the content through WhatsApp broadcast list, WhatsApp broadcast group, to about 250 plus 250, 500 people. All of them give me a positive response, trying each and every content, whatever I'm given. They picked and chose what they want to try in their life. Some kind of suggestions and tips and tricks, what they can use in their day-to-day life. So when I get all their positive feedback, that's when I decided I will go back to my publisher, present it to him. I did not change the poems or the quotes in the book. So there are about 48 poems in the book and about 55 quotes. So that's the number. So all of them written by me. And apart from this, few reference poems which I have taken from Esther poets. So apart from that, these were all in the book. So when he saw the whole content, he said one thing, I'm not changing even one word of this book. We'll go ahead with the publication. So 2022 was the dawn of the first book, Soul Feeder. 2023 saw the dawn of episode 2 of the Soul Feeder 2.0 is, I have renamed it so as to give a difference. And there were 4 research-based topics added to this 2.0 book. So it becomes a very fast seller in the market. I get inspired by my own book, and my publisher is so inspired that it's sold a few thousands of copies. He comes back to me saying that, since you know Tamil, we want you to write a book similar to this in Tamil. So what I do is I work, I rework, and I've research-based topics I have included in the Tamil book. Only 7 topics I've taken from this existing Soul Feeder 2.0. I've translated it into Tamil by myself, and rest of the 23 topics, totaling to 7 plus 23, 30 topics in the book. So the rest of the 23 topics have been freshly written by me. So for example, there is something called the Pomodoro technique, which you can use in your day-to-day life. It can be used for your work life as well as your, regular routine life, where you are required to take a 5 minutes break after every 25 minutes of work you do. So these kind of techniques I have trialed and tested. And the interesting part of the whole thing is whatever has been written in the book has been trialed and tested by me, tested by few of my very close friends and relatives, and then I have put it into the book. So this journey is very, very unique for me, and it's very surprising how the universe responds to what we want to give it. So if we want to give something good, the universe comes with all the helping hands possible, and then suddenly from nowhere somebody comes and gives a good review about your book and then says, why can't you do this in the next book? When is your next book? Can you not write about parenting? So all these kind of, when you get feedback and people are ready to respond to you, it's like really great. So I am looking forward to give more to the world. So this is the transformation, how people inspired me to transform myself.
Super, ma'am. Very great to hear. Actually, your book is your own inspiration, and you inspire all of us. So the journey what you have shared, and we would like to thank your son because he is the starting reason to transform corporate to this industry. So we have to
Yeah.
thank them first. Thank him first.
Yes,
Thank you,
yes.
ma'am. Thank you so much. It's great to
Thank
hear.
you.
And being here, and you are already transforming many lives and creating an impact here. So could you just share your 3 goals which you have set for yourself to achieve those targets, to inspire, to bring to life? So what would be your goals?
Yes, so I would like to share my goals so that it may be of help to many others who are listening to this conversation here. So the first rule I made to myself is being strict with myself. If I'm always going to pat my back and say, it's okay, Vani, if you're getting up 5 minutes late. It's okay, Vani, if you're going to go for, dropping your son 5 minutes late. It's okay if you're going to go half an hour late for the meeting. No, very, very rarely. And I should apologize that I had to actually join the meeting 10 minutes late. I got held up in a traffic jam. I'm usually on the dot of time. By God's grace, I don't know how this magic happens. If I have to be in a place by 9, I'm there by 8:58 or 8:57. That's how it always works. Or at least maximum 9 o'clock, I'm inside the premises. That's how it happens usually. So I'm like very strict with myself. So I tell my children also, see, this is the timeline I have. Within this timeline, I have to help you out. I have to do the duty I have to do for you. You have to in turn, help me out by sticking to time, because time never waits for man. But at the same time, it doesn't mean that you always have to become a slave to time. No, that's not how it works. Instead, we have to be smart in planning. Instead of saying like I should plan 5 minutes early, I better plan 10 minutes early because of several other conditions, life challenges, Suddenly there'll be an important phone call, or suddenly there will be a traffic jam. Suddenly there may be somebody else calling out to you to ask something. So you always have this 5 minutes as a buffer time. So this buffer time is very important. So first thing I learned to do is to be strict with myself. Only if I am strict, I will be disciplined. Only if I'm disciplined, time will work the way it has to work for me. Second thing is sticking on to time. As I told you, I have been working on strict timelines, and as somebody has just tweeted now that self-discipline. So I've been working on this for the last since 2022. Actually, 22, 23, those 2 years were real rat race for me. It was very difficult for me to cope up. It was very hectic, but I never stayed away from that hectic schedule. I said, this is the time, this is my growth time. I have to abide by this. If I cross this bridge, then things will become more disciplined, more easier for me to handle. So only if you first get into a difficult situation, get into challenges, you will find a solution. You will find out how to get into an easier phase through the difficult times. Yeah. So you have to face the toughness first in order to get to the easy phase of life. Easy in the sense, I won't say it's very easy, but you get used to the toughness, that you know how to handle time, how to handle difficulties, how to handle challenges, not to take it to your mind, but to take it, not to take it to your heart or your mind, but to take to a solution mode. So first is being strict with myself. Second is timing. Yeah, as I was telling you, since I am like very strictly practicing on the timing, I have now, the last 6 months, I've learned to do a 10-minute task in 2 minutes, 10 minutes task in 3 minutes. So that's a time gain, right? So I gain about 6 to 7 minutes of time. I'm able to do something else. Or I have about 2 minutes for relaxing. Maybe relaxing in the sense, I'm not just saying like watching a song or a scene from a movie, not like that. I'm talking about breathing exercise. I'm talking about staying calm, staying in one place and sitting without doing anything, just breathing, or at least hearing to my breath in a silent room. So I'm talking about those kinds of, connect with me. Only if I know to connect with myself, I can replenish myself, I can refresh myself, and I can go on to the next task. And another thing is, if you want to do something, you have to put efforts for that. Without efforts, you will not get results. Nobody will get results without efforts. Sincere, proper, and appropriate efforts will give you a gain of results. And I'm telling you, like 99% will be positive results. If your efforts are not being sowed properly in the proper place, in the appropriate time, appropriate place, or for the appropriate task, then you may not get the appropriate result. And without efforts, no results will come. With efforts, results are 100% waiting for you to tap your look. So these three things I really learned, I abide to, and I keep telling my children, I keep telling all those children whom I coach online for their English classes. I keep telling the college students wherever I visit to be a resource person. Also to professionals, I also take English classes for people who are working in different corporates. So English coaching classes, language classes. So these three things are very important.
Yeah, exactly. 100%. We couldn't agree more with you, because starting with being strict to ourselves is correcting ourselves first. So correcting the inner thing. So we can't change the external. It is starts from internal. So that's how we
Internal.
approach it. And being strict to time, it is respecting our time and also the others thing. So that
Yes.
is one more thing. And the final thing which you shared is very powerful. Being sincere in your effort. You can't expect a results without changing your effort you put. So work on the process, how much you enjoy. Great, man. Good. Thanks for sharing that. And we were that was my next question too. As you have already extended this much importance to English language coaching, can you just share much more detail on that so that it will be great for
Yeah,
us?
your voice is not a bit clear. I think there was a break in your voice.
I think he's
Audible
having a
now?
challenge.
Yes, better. Yes.
Sorry for that. Is it audible? Yeah.
No problem. Yes.
I was just asking, could you just share your portal where you contribute more on English language coaching too? So you can give your thoughts on.
Yes, so English language is a global language. We all agree to it, right? So whichever country to you be travel across the world, across the globe to several continents, whichever language we know or not, if we know English, we can manage. Even many countries like China and a few other countries are having special English language coaching because it's expanding its portals and it's going to be a commanding language in the world very soon, and we are soon reaching towards it. So it is very important to learn the language appropriately because to say I know English, I can converse in English, I can communicate in English is one way. But to know to converse in English appropriately, to add the right verbs in the right spaces of the sentences, to create proper sentences, to have the sentences with the proper is, was, are, a full stop, to start a sentence with a capital letter. All these are very, very important and essential. So once you know to create sentences in written format properly, you will be automatically able to speak properly. So the first basement is to correct your writing skills in English language. So taking up to this liking for the English language, I have been recognized, and I'm in collaboration with another brand to promote and teach students, school students 8 to 14 years on improvising on their language. So it's called Creative Writing Workshop for Beginners. And for professionals, I have the Creative Writing Workshop for Professionals. So the curriculum differs. The curriculum is different for the children and it's different for the professionals. So, but it has been very specifically and carefully analyzed, and the curriculum has been developed over. It took me more than 2 months to develop the curriculum. Why? Because I want to teach and let people know what I know and the right way of English. Yes, I have also, gone through a lot of ups and downs, and especially when I was writing my book, I was able to analyze a lot of, uh, variety of types of writing sentence, because the way in which you can write a sentence in England, it's quite different. In US, it's quite different. So I had referred a lot of other country self-help books as well. And I have also on my own tried to create different kinds of sentence formation. So this, and with a lot of worksheets and everything created by me, I'm able to now help and help people to improvise their language. So I look forward to expand my portals and help more people to develop their language and be strong in their language. And yes, future, I hope that the children whom I teach will be teaching several other people in, after 10 years, after a decade or so. So future our children, so we want to help them and we want to develop them so that they can take the world forward in a very proper manner.
So having a command over a universal language will increase
Yes.
our authority towards approaching this. Great.
Yes.
Thank you. Thanks for sharing that. And one final question. Can you just share some important insight into becoming a successful professional and a happy humans as well? So it will help us to grow individually and as well as in our career too. So would like to hear it from.
Okay. So, okay, I would like to put across a question here to all of you. Whoever likes to answer can unmute and answer. So you have one person, everybody has one person in their life whom they like a lot and they look forward to, right? So who is that one person whom you like a lot? Maybe we can start with Mr. Bharat answering to the question.
I think Mr. Bharat is having a challenge in network.
Oh, okay. So Mr. Arul can answer
Yeah.
us.
Arul brother, you can go forward with your.
I look on Mr. Prakash Sharma, who's my mentor, who's the founder of Leaders
Okay.
Connect 360 Foundation.
Okay, great.
Yes.
Okay. Anybody else has any other answers?
Sri Herald
Wife.
Clan.
Sorry, somebody is trying to ask.
I said Herald Clan.
Okay.
Mother.
Wife.
Okay, mother, wife, I hear. Okay. Any other different answer?
Myself.
Oh, okay. Who said myself? Okay.
Paul. Mr. Paul. Mr. Paul.
Okay, Mr. Paul. Okay. Big clap to Mr. Paul because
Great,
I was
great.
expecting this answer. Wherever I go, this is the first question I ask, be it students or professionals. So there at least one person will be there saying myself. In fact, last week I was in MOP Vaishnav College as a resource person. She said we all like ourselves. No, she was so generous to say that she responded for all of them. Okay, so it's really nice to hear people say I like myself because the one person who is going to travel with us from the start day of our life till the last day of our life is our own selves. So if we like ourselves, I'm sure we don't want to give up our happiness, right? So one key thing what I would like to say, the first thing is a nice smile in the morning, afternoon, evening, night, anytime. Okay. Apart from the irritating moments, the angry moments, and not so likable moments in between time. Okay, we would like to concentrate mostly upon having a smile from within, not just on your, on your lips, not just to brighten your face. Okay. So when the smile, when the happiness comes from within, it shows in your eyes, it shows in your face, it shows in your lips, and automatically your entire soul is brightened. So why should we, one question I would like to ask is, why should we lose our happiness for anyone? Is there any worth of it? See, when you're happy, that happiness hormone secretes. You're becoming energetic. You're becoming more connected with this world. Okay. And there is this whole universal energy which is surrounding us, right? So how many of you believe in this universal energy? Okay, Miss Priya has
First
shown
person to raise their hands.
I do.
Yeah, everyone. Yeah.
Okay, so I think quite a few of you have responded that you believe in this universal energy. So what does this universal energy actually do? It tries to connect itself with the human beings. But in response, we should actually connect with it, right? So it's always connecting with all of us. Not, I shouldn't say that it tries to connect. I would rather say it is automatically connected to us. Only thing we have to recognize it. Our Wi-Fi is not on, then we don't recognize the signals from the universal energy, right? So that goes unsaid. So that's the practical how the way it works, right? So how do we get connected with it is one way, the simplest things. I'm not talking about, meditation, dhyanam, and then hours of prayers, not that. Okay, the very simplest thing is to be happy. If you're happy, the universe is happy and it responds to you. If you're putting efforts, the universe is also going to put efforts to respond to you. So the first thing is to be happy. So never ever lose your happiness for anyone or anything. If you know you are on the right track, if you know you're doing the right things, if you know you are in the safe place, then you have to be happy. If you're traveling alone, suppose you're traveling alone, be with yourself. You have a lot of me time, isn't it? So you can either listen to some songs, or you can listen to somebody speaking, or you can read a book, or you can listen to an audiobook, anything you can do. Why do we want to waste time thinking about something what happened at home? Things keep happening. Negative things keep happening, challenges keep happening, people keep blaming us for not doing. We do 100 things, but that one thing what we didn't do has more impact on other people. So it's
Exactly.
okay. You still have to congratulate yourself to do so many things. And I know and I believe that most of us are doing multitasking. Yes, agreed. So when we work
True.
on multiple things, you just don't think like people are not appreciating me or why me. People come back to you because they have the belief in you that you are going to do it for them or set it right for them. Just finish it and leave it. So in Tamil they say, கடமையை செய் பலனை எதிர்பார்க்காதே. So do your duty, don't expect anything. You just leave it playing. Believe it or not, in few days' time, you will get a response from the universe through somebody, through a medium, through somebody. Or, somebody like Leaders Connect will suddenly call you and say, we want to hear you talk. So something like that will happen. So this is the reality. So once we understand the reality, we will know, okay, we are in track. Why should I bother? Why should I cry? And don't lose your tears for things which don't have worth, which don't have value. If you're losing your tear for something out of sheer extreme joy, okay, or some loss, okay, you are shedding it out, or you're really hurt by something, yes, call a friend or call a well-wisher and then push it down to them. They are going to, keep track of you, and they're going to keep you on the go, right? So those
Correct.
things, those very unnecessary negative things of less energy or no energy should be done away with, but keep your happiness within. So today I was like, I don't know, I was feeling very, very happy from the morning. Somebody parked the bike just outside my gate where I could not take the car out. But, my mother-in-law was all stressed. I said, you just leave it, I'll handle it. I just funnily said something and the person took away the bike. So I was not in a mood to shout at anybody. I said, rarely I'm feeling like shouting at people. So these people don't understand. Okay, once you tell them, second time you tell them, I think from the third time they won't do it. So I realize, and I keep telling people, if you feel happy from within, you don't feel like shouting at anybody. Ultimately, what happens, your energy is saved. So the negative is not cropped up. You get worked up, automatically the negative energy gets popped up. We don't want negative energy, right? We want more of positivity. So let us try to keep our happiness from within. And when we are happy, we are going to share it with people around us. And that, all of us in this world are connected through invisible strings of energy. All of us, whether they are good people, bad people, any kinds of people, okay, all of us are connected. And when good people are connected, more energy is exchanged, probably even through this forum today, and more good things happen to all of us who are connected here, to all of us who are connected in the world. So let's keep the connect going and feel happy from within. That's one of my advices, suggestions, and my request too.
Fantastic, ma'am. Actually, we like the way you structured it. When you started with your goals, you said being strict to ourselves, having a self-discipline, sticking to the time, and having a sincere effort. And when you concluded that, you have to put all your effort, but it should be in a happy way, not just like let me try, and we should not get pressurized with it. Be happy, enjoy, because we people usually tend to connect. When we become successful, we be happy, but you just change the ball game. Be happy, successful will come always. So that's how it is. Great, ma'am. Thank you. Thanks for sharing your insights. And I think most of us would have benefited from the way you have shared it. And I would like to uh, hand it over to Arul to go forward.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Bharat, for your wonderful panel discussion. Ms. Vani, thank you so much. You have given such a beautiful thoughts to us, because in today's fast world, many of them failed to have their self-love and self-feelings for whom for whom I'm smiling, for what I'm smiling, for what I'm coming. Many of them are not at all listening. Na? If at all I'm sitting and listening, what I have done for myself today, 20% of work only I'll be done for myself. Remaining 80% will be doing for someone else or some others, right? So that was the biggest takeaway, and many female will have this challenge now with in such a point of time, whether I have to focus on my career or else I have to focus on my parenting journey, right? And most of them are selecting the parenting journey. Even though we have selected our parenting journey, if our child sleeps now, we used to sit and worry, what I'm going to do, what next. Till with that child only will have that feeling that I am a mother. If the child is not with us, what he'll be thinking, what I am going to do in my career, from where I can start my career again. No, so in such way only I have started my research career. I was with my son, now the past 8 years I was with my son. I have done my doctorate of research in that, and I have been awarded as a good mother and as well as Dr. Aishwarya. So it connected me with you in such a good way. Thank you you so much for connecting with us. And my biggest takeaway today is, as you said, no, that was an excellent quote. When you have a strong desire, the universe will connect you to the right people at the right time. Don't ever think what I have to do, what chances I may get. You keep on moving, focus on your desires. The universe will automatically connect you. Rightly said, and I'm very happy. I'm very happy to be a part of it. And let's see what our people have been understand with your thoughts. Now it's time to our members. Let's unmute your audios, and you can ask 2 to 3 questions to our wonderful smiling author of our month, Ms. Vani. Yes, the session is open to you, members, please.
Anybody is having any questions, we can take it up with Miss Vani today. Yes, 2 to 3 questions. Anybody want to ask any questions, you can unmute yourself and you can ask the questions.
I have one question. Small
Yes.
question. This session is very good, very insightful. My question is how you are handling the difficult conflict people in your relationship, in your friend circle. How calmly handling your emotion on day-to-day activities. Sometimes I'm finding very difficult to handle difficult people in office. Sometimes my wife make me angry. So there is a different. I am very calm, but people make me angry. So how should I handle them very well?
So I feel you can practice 2 things. One thing is, I'm very sure you must be having a good friend or a well-wisher. If it's going overboard, you're not able to find a solution, at least you can download your thoughts to that person, ask for a solution. That is one thing. Second thing is, you cannot get, some problems cannot be solved in a day. Because especially when you are having, a disconnect or a difference of opinion with people. Human beings are the most complicated people on earth to handle. Okay, so that we have to understand, including everybody I'm seeing. So some of them, through practice, through the frame of their mind, through the way they're disciplining themselves, because of their maturity, because of the age and maturity, slowly they will outgrow this, not completely, but to a great extent. So when we think we are right and the other person is wrong, one thing you can do is share it with somebody, get some insights, get some solutions and all that. When somebody is very angry, the best method to follow is, I have been following this and I share it with my group, and some of them have practiced this and they've got back to me saying that one of the best methods, when somebody is very angry and very much in an arguing mode and all that, better we stay silent. Though we may be in the right mode, in the right side of the whole thing, better be silent and do away with that situation then and there. The next day, when a new dawn comes over, when a new day dawns, what happens is things will change. When that other person is a little silent, they are calm, in a good mood. If you say few points from your side and also accepting what they say, then things will flow in place. That is one thing. Next thing is, I feel all of us have to get into meditation mode. Meditation in the sense, breathing practice is a good thing. You just need about 5 minutes of time. In 24 hours of time, if we cannot spend 5 minutes to calm ourselves down, then what is the worth of time for us? What do we do for ourselves? That is my question. I always ask myself also. If I cannot spend 5 minutes for myself, then what is the use of, writing so much, practicing so much, trying to implement so much? No. If I'm little lazy also, I will somehow I'll pull up my strings. I'll say, no, 5 minutes is for me. I will tell people also, 5 minutes, don't disturb me. I'll finish my meditation and come. 5 to 10 minutes. Or you don't know any methods to meditate, you can just sit in a calm place. You can also play mind calm music on YouTube. There are a lot of choices on YouTube for mind calm music. There is something called the Tibetan flute music. All these are very calming. And if you're not able to sleep, you can switch on the sleep music, and then after 10 minutes, switch it off. You will get a lot of sleep. You will sleep peacefully and calmly. So just leave it for the day. Stay silent when argument, pops up to a greater extent. Also, meditation, please practice without doing anything, just sitting in silence. Or if you know breathing techniques, you can start slow, breathe in, breathe out 5 times, and then 7 sets of pranayama. Again, breathe in, breathe out 5 times. So 5 plus 7 plus 5. Your meditation is done. Your breathing is taken care of. You get fresh breath. You get fresh energy. You'll be very calm. So this is what I follow. This is what my group follows, because I do have something called the Aum chanting group, where we practice Aum chanting from 7 to 7:15 every Tuesday evening online through Zoom. And I've been practicing this over 2 years, and then I just started with a group and just imparting it to them. And I hope people know that Aum is the sound of the universe. The A-U-Im. Im is the U-M. U-M is the sound of the universe, which has been scientifically proved by NASA. So it has a lot of energy within it, the A, U, and Im. So I keep practicing that. That also helps me a lot. So I keep preaching it to almost all of them whom I know in my circles. Thank you for that question.
Yeah, thank you. I'm also following girlfriend. G for gratitude, F for forgiveness in my life. Whatever
Okay.
happened, okay.
Okay, very good, nice.
Thank you, sir. Audience, anybody wants to ask some questions?
Good evening, everyone. Good evening, Vani. It's a great insights and all the inputs, whatever you have shared is really helpful. I have a quick question for you. You have mentioned that you will be teaching the students to improvise their English, right? So I just want to check, is there any app you would recommend, like Duolingo, where children can improvise their communication?
App, usually we don't recommend app, it's always best to have a teacher to teach the children, because what happens is with apps, supposing it's a word game, sometimes children get addicted.
Okay.
Maximum apps have only word games. You cannot, actually rely on an app to teach language to children or professionals or anybody. It's nothing like, one-to-one connect. If you have any doubts, quickly you can ask the coach and teacher, and they're going to help you out. So it's always better to take, and everything, all the classes are online these days, and most of them are very flexible. They happen on weekends. If you happen to miss out on a session because of your professional work, they send you a recording. We do all that. So it's always best to select a teacher where a teacher is there, a course is there, a particular curriculum is there, and they teach you in a professional way. So I would always recommend that.
Okay, thank you.
Welcome, yes.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, Ms. Vani. Thank you for this wonderful things that you have given. I think today onwards we will practice all those things, like 2 minutes of taking breath. Na? Thank
Sure.
you so much. Yes, let's start practicing these things, right? So I invite Ms. Priya to formally give a word of thanks for our session. Yes, Priya, thank you.
Yeah, good evening, everybody. I'm Priya. First, let me quickly share once again about the purpose of this thriving leadership community. Leaders Connect 360 Foundation is a non-profit organization aligned with the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals, SDG. We are a hybrid model leadership community bringing together leaders every Wednesday from 6:30 p.m. to 7:15 p.m., where experts in their fields provide solutions to real-time leadership challenges. Every last week of the month, we take a deeper dive into knowledge by inviting authors to share insights from their books, helping us grow as leaders and lifelong learners, just like how we had the valuable insights from you, ma'am. That was wonderful. It was so nice hearing you. And I extend my deepest gratitude to you, ma'am. And of course, our panel discussion leader, Bharat. Thank you, Bharat. And now, as a small token of our appreciation, we present a special thank you video to express our gratitude. See you next Wednesday. Until then, keep leading and keep growing.